Great to see you. We are facing a silent invader with the destructive power of a storm. Millions of dollars are being shouldered by the US government as wild boars invade cities. Are you ready to explore how hunters are fighting to protect America? This video will not disappoint you. Stay tuned and watch now. Wild boars are a growing threat in Texas, not only hurting farmers but also attacking infrastructure from suburban to urban areas. With their feral instincts, they have caused millions of dollars in economic damage. Small businesses, from grocery stores to restaurants, have been affected as the invasive species disrupts business. They also rummage through trash, making the area unsanitary, and spreading disease. According to the US Department of Agriculture, the wild boar population in Texas has grown by nearly 30% each year and costs the economy up to $1.5 billion annually. Despite the government's efforts to install sealed trash cans, the situation has not been able to reduce the number of wild boars. The like button if you've ever been in that situation. When wild boars became America's nightmare. In the quiet of a Texas cornfield, the screech of steel wire rings out as a giant mesh trap closes in on a pack of destructive wild boars. Dozens are trapped in a matter of seconds. This isn't a scene from an action movie, but part of a relentless effort by American farmers to combat the country's most dangerous invasive species. Why are crude nets replacing rifles and helicopters to solve a multi-billion-dollar-a-year agricultural crisis? The truth behind the seemingly simple snare trap. From Texas to Missouri, semi-automatic snare traps are becoming a strategic weapon that American farmers trust. They don't need ammunition, they just need a circular net, a steel stake, and a secret bait made of fermented corn mixed with gelatin. A scent that attracts wild pigs closer to the trap. Today's snare technology is more modern. Motion sensors, infrared cameras, and remote activation via phone help hunters proactively control when to close the trap, ensuring they catch the whole herd instead of just a few. What's special is that the success rate of snare traps at night is 50% higher, because that's when wild pigs are most active and less alert. When net traps are not just a tool but also a humane choice. What surprised many people was that net traps catch wild pigs alive and keep them for later transfer to invasive species control centres. In Texas, pregnant pigs or sows with young are not allowed to hunt, and if they violate, they will be severely punished. This is a testament to the effort to harmonise agricultural protection and ecological ethics. A veteran hunter in Arkansas once shared that they used to spend more than $1,500 for each helicopter hunt, but with net traps, they only need $200 and one evening to catch a whole herd. No gunfire, still effective. Therefore, the hunting community in the US began to have a new look at the net trap method. Comment number 1, if you think this is a smart form of hunting. However, not everyone agrees. Some animal protection organisations say that forcing wild boars into a small space can easily cause stress for them. Meanwhile, experts argue that compared to using ammunition, net traps do not pollute the environment, do not threaten other species, and reduce the risk of accidents. It is the only solution that can be deployed on a large scale, is cost effective, and still ensures effectiveness for small scale hunting. Now, I need your thoughts on this issue, please comment. The wild boar hunt is not just a story between humans and invasive species. It is a poignant reminder of how humans can resolve ecological conflicts with creativity and ethics. So what do you think about snares? Are they humane, or do they still have room for improvement? Type 1 if you like them, or 0 if you're still on the fence. Share this video to let more people know about the silent efforts of American farmers, and discuss the use of modern technology in wild boar hunting. Join us in the next video. Texas covers 268,000 square miles, with 95% privately owned. Think sprawling ranches, farms, and diverse landscapes like prairies, piney woods forests, coastal marshes, and South Texas brushlands. It's home to wildlife like white-tailed deer, armadillos, coyotes, and alligators, but also 2.3 million wild hogs. Bought by Spanish settlers in the 1500s and later Eurasian boars for sport hunting, these hogs thrive on Texas's abundant resources: rivers and swamps for water, crops like corn and sorghum, and thick cover for hiding. With no natural predators, coyotes and bobcats can't handle adult hogs, and a fast breeding cycle of 4 to 6 piglets every 115 days, starting at 6 months, their population has exploded, wreaking havoc on farms and ecosystem. But this explosion has been a nightmare for Texas farmers. Wild hogs cause up to $500 million, 0 cents in annual agricultural damage, destroying fields and irrigation systems. In the blackland prairies of central Texas, a major agricultural region, hogs have devastated crops that are vital to the local economy. So, how do people here deal with the 2.3 million wild hogs? Let me find out. Why, they're not always the best choice. Despite their success, corral traps have serious drawbacks, especially in certain terrains. They're bulky, expensive, often costing $2,000, 0 cents, and tough to set up without flat, open ground. In swampy areas like the Florida Everglades or dense forests in Germany, hauling and installing these traps is a logistical nightmare, often requiring trucks and multiple people. They also rely on cell service for remote cameras, which isn't guaranteed in remote regions. Hogs don't stick to areas with good Verizon coverage. When the gate slams shut, the noise scatters any hogs outside the trap, and those smart animals learn fast to avoid similar setups. Studies from Texas A&M show that surviving hogs become trap shy, making future captures harder. Moving a heavy corral trap to a new spot is another headache, eating up time and resources. Are there problems with hunting wild hogs with guns? Firearm hunting is common in the United States, especially in Texas and Oklahoma, where open fields make it easier to spot and shoot wild hogs. It can knock down 10 to 20 wild hogs at a time, reducing crop damage that costs $2 billion, $500 million, 0 cents a year. But in dense areas like the Georgia woods or the Louisiana swamps, hunting is less effective. Gunfire scares off wild hogs, scatters detectors, and brush limits visibility, making targeting difficult. A 2023 Texas A&M study found that hunting only knocks down 20 to 30% of wild hogs each year, far below the 70% needed to control the population. The hogs learn to avoid hunters, and the survivors continue to breed, spreading the problem. Based on the above surveys, people have decided to use the last resort, the boar brig trap. Wild boars destroy crops, destroy land, and cost American farmers billions of dollars each year. The boar brig trap system offers a simple and effective way to solve this problem head on. You can set up the trap in less than an hour wherever wild boars roam, whether it's soft ground swamps or dense forests. Unlike heavy cage traps, this trap doesn't require flat ground or a team to move. The trap's sturdy double layer mesh blends into the environment, looking natural to wild boars. They forage under the trap for bait like corn, but can't escape, allowing you to catch wild boars one at a time without scaring off the other boars. Field tested in real conditions, the brig boar trap has been refined over the years to capture all wild boars, helping you protect your land forever. Across rural America, a single farmer wages a determined fight against an invasive pest that damages crops, disrupts fields, and occasionally threatens livestock. These wild hogs, also known as wild boars, were introduced by early settlers and spread through hunting activities. Now, widespread, they thrive due to their adaptability and rapid breeding, harming farmland from Texas to California. One farmer, using rifles, traps, and trained dogs, stands firm to protect his livelihood, with support from government programs. This story follows his efforts across key US regions. In East Texas, where wild hogs are a common problem, farmer David protects his cotton fields. Hogs uproot plants, leaving bare patches and costing him thousands in losses. Drawing on his experience with net traps inspired by your interest in hunting strategies, David sets up a corral trap with corn bait and a remote activated gate. One evening, his phone alerts him to hogs inside. He triggers the gate, capturing them before they cause more damage. For hogs that evade traps, David hunts at dawn, spotting one near his field and stopping it with a precise shot.
Yeah, there you go.
Trapping captures multiple hogs efficiently, as supported by the USDA's management program. David's efforts, safeguarding his cotton crops, preserving his income. On California's central coast, where hogs roam freely, David defends his vineyard, a secondary operation he manages. Hogs dig up grapevines, harming his business and local woodlands. Using skills from his Texas hunts, David joins permitted night hunts with night vision scopes. One night, he tracks a hog in the vineyard and fires a clean shot, stopping it. California's wildlife agencies support controlled hunts, and night vision scenes, like those on Ultimate Night Vision, highlight the action. David's fencing and hunting protect his vineyard and the region's ecosystem. In Tennessee, where hogs are found in most counties, David protects a leased soybean field. Hogs trample crops and carry diseases like pseudo-rabies, risking livestock. Tennessee's flexible rules allow him to hunt hogs year-round, including at night with thermal scopes in certain months. One morning, his trained dogs, inspired by your interest in dog-assisted hunting, bark loudly, flushing a hog from the brush. David fires, stopping it before it reaches his crops. Tennessee's policies enable quick action, and dog-assisted hunts showcase David's skill. His efforts reduce crop losses on the leased land. In South Carolina, where wild hogs frequently cross the river, David manages a small rice field. The hogs destroy crops and compete with wildlife such as deer. He hunts in a nearby wildlife management area, spots a hog on the riverbank and stops it with a well-aimed shot. He uses the skills he has honed over 6 months to capture the hogs, adapting techniques from Texas. South Carolina's open hunting season encourages control, which proves practical. David's work protects his rice field and the local ecosystem. The USDA's Wild Swine program supports farmers like David. In states like Oregon, teams remove new hog populations. These efforts, shown in educational videos, highlight collaboration. Hogs harm crops and water systems, but the USDA's strategies help David limit their spread. What sets these animals apart from domestic pigs? Their history begins about 9,000 years ago, when Eurasian wild boars were first domesticated and kept for centuries as farm animals in Europe and Asia. In the 16th century, Europeans brought those pigs with them when they settled in North America, Australia and beyond. But some of those pigs escaped or were freed and went on to establish populations in the wild, some even breeding with wild boar that had never been domesticated. The most pressing issue that many people are concerned about at the moment is the wild boar attack. At approximately 1:11 a.m. on July the 2025, a woman in her 50s was attacked by a wild boar in the Sullivan Ardy area, Berrajondo, located between Bundaberg and Gladstone, Queensland, Australia. The victim suffered leg injuries from the wild boar attack with gored and was rushed to the hospital. Currently, her condition is reported to be stable. The incident has attracted the attention of the local community and wildlife control groups. To address the widespread issue of feral pigs, Australian authorities have identified ground hunting as an effective and rapid solution. This method is both focused and practical, making a significant impact on pest control. Hunters, equipped with rifles like the 243 or 308, carefully track these invasive animals, often with trained dogs to assist in locating them. In optimal close-range conditions, hunters aim precisely to dispatch the pigs humanely. Although usually conducted in accessible areas, ground hunting can be adapted to suit difficult terrain such as dense bushland or rugged outback, using special positioning equipment and thermal sights for low visibility conditions. This method is most effective during dry or drought seasons when pigs congregate near scarce water sources, making them easier to locate. The figure for a single hunting season in Australia is almost 10 times higher than the 170,000 reported by local land services, LLS, over 2 years. Would you believe it? Complementing this, aerial hunting serves as a highly effective strategy for controlling feral pigs in remote or difficult to access areas such as wetlands or expansive outback regions. Hunters use semi-automatic 308 rifles, like the 308 Winchester, with 130 gra or 135 gra hollow point or protected point bullets, delivering 2685 to 2699 FTLBs of muzzle energy at a maximum range of 70 meters. The helicopters used in this hunting operation are equipped with advanced technology such as thermal cameras and can fly at high speeds of up to 160 mph close to the ground, helping hunters detect and destroy targets quickly and accurately. A flyback procedure confirms each pig's death, with additional shots if signs of life remain. Safety is critical, with shooters trained through programs like FAST in NSW and pilots approved by the Civil Aviation Safety Authority. Measures ensure minimal suffering, such as locating and humanely dispatching dependent piglets under 5 weeks old and avoiding shots near sensitive livestock. The NSW Feral Pig and Pest Program 2024 to 2025, backed by $13,100,000, 0 cents, completed 49 aerial operations by June 2025, surpassing its target of 46 and controlling over 112,000 feral pigs in priority areas like Riverina Northwest and Western Australia, demonstrating its impact on managing this invasive species. There is a growing trend towards consuming wild boar meat as a sustainable management practice. Companies like Tara Medinas have partnered with landowners to ethically harvest game meat, including wild boar, for the catering market. According to ABC News, eating wild boar helps reduce the population, while also benefiting the environment with a low carbon footprint, as it eliminates a pest. However, there are concerns about food safety, with recommendations that wild boar meat be inspected by a trained meat safety inspector. Japan's mountainous regions, especially the wild and cold lands of Hokkaido, have long been home to wolf populations. Known for their speed, reaching up to 40 miles per hour, and their ability to hunt bison with pinpoint accuracy, these predators have established themselves as Japan's top threat. For centuries, these wolves have been both feared and revered in Japanese folklore, but their impact on the agricultural economy has made them a major enemy to farmers who depend on their livestock for their livelihoods. In the early 20th century, especially around 1910, the situation became worse when wolves began to attack livestock. The depletion of natural food sources and the expansion of settlements into the wildlands led to them coming closer to human habitats. To increase the effectiveness of hunting, the Japanese government issued specialized guns designed to minimize noise and environmental impact. These guns, often equipped with silencers, allowed hunters to approach wolves from a distance. In addition, hunters used animal carcasses as bait to attract wolves into target areas. This method, combined with the use of hunting dogs, significantly reduced the wolf population from an estimated 10,000 to only about 2,000 by the mid-1920s. In the hunting journey, hunters move smoothly in the natural environment. They need a means of transportation to save time to the hunting location. To avoid getting lost, hunters rely on red traces prepared along the way to find a safe exit. Demonstrate a deep understanding of survival and adaptation in the harsh environment of hunters when participating in hunting training courses. The concerted efforts to control the wolf population in Japan had a profound impact on the country's agricultural economy. The reduction in wolf numbers allowed livestock populations to recover, stabilizing the rural economy and restoring farmers' livelihoods. However, the government continues to enforce strict hunting quotas, limiting the number of wolves each hunter can knock down in a season to prevent overhunting and maintain ecological balance. Violating these regulations can result in the confiscation of hunting licenses and fines of up to $10,000 USD. Wolf hunting in Japan has received strong support from the people because of the protection of agricultural property. Wolves often attack livestock and cause serious damage to farmers, directly affecting their income and livelihood. Hunting protects the ecological balance in rural areas. Do you support this activity? Please comment below. The concerted efforts to control the wolf population in Japan had a profound impact on the country's agricultural economy. The reduction in wolf numbers allowed livestock populations to recover, stabilizing the rural economy and restoring farmers' livelihoods. However, the government continues to enforce strict hunting quotas, limiting the number of wolves each hunter can knock down in a season to prevent overhunting and maintain ecological balance. Violating these regulations can result in the confiscation of hunting licenses and fines of up to $10,000 USD. After each successful hunt, the Japanese government requires hunters to report how many wolves they have knocked down, ensuring that hunting regulations are strictly followed. To reward their efforts, hunters are allowed to keep some of the wolf meat, which is considered a delicacy in some parts of Japan.
2, 3.
The meat is carefully processed, keeping only the best parts, while the rest of the wolf carcass is discarded to avoid health risks.
Crushed him, man. He's going down.
In addition, wolf fur has become a valuable commodity used to produce high-quality garments, bringing in large sums of money on the Japanese market. In fact, competitions are held in some areas to see who can process the wolf skin the fastest, turning this activity into a community event honoring the hunter's skills and courage. Don't forget to follow Mousefarm to watch the latest videos. Share the video and God will bless you. Please watch the next video.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.